They have the best throwback station ever in Auckland. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Songs I haven't heard in like since middle school, like 20 something years. I left the tournament and headed straight to the city so I could go to the Lego store and get my Lego passport stamped. Also, this Harry Potter set is the #1 thing on my Christmas list. Mom, if you're watching this. They had all the normal Lego things, and then they had this really cool bungee Lego guy. No, anywhere. Yay! Most places will have a location stamp and then a wide variety of other random stamps. I chose to get this cool Lego heart as well as one that represented the Year of the Dragon. I'm not a big mall person, but this one was pretty nice, and it even had this Japanese-inspired arcade, which I thought was really cool since my whole last series was us in Japan. They also had revolving sushi, which I could not pass up. They were actually about to close in about 15 or 20 minutes, so they were on the fence about even letting me eat, but I was like, I promise, I'll be quick. I just need a few plates to try it out. I really regret not going into Auckland and spending time in the city center, but I will be back one day. Unfortunately, on this trip, I just didn't have the time and I really had to head south. I headed straight to the Ruakuri Bushwalk, and this photo is very deceiving because the low light photography on your phone makes it look way brighter than it really is. It was so dark, and mind you, I've never been here before, so I really didn't know what was around, anything like that. But this is where a ton of the glowworms are, and it's hard to see them in the videos. The videos totally don't do them justice, but it was truly one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen, and I just really wish y'all could see it. All these little blue lights are the glowworms, but in person, it was truly a special sight to see. I really wish I would have had a tripod so I could have gotten a better still shot, because any kind of movement with the low light camera setting will just totally make it blurry, but you kind of get the picture. I did try to get one picture and video of them with flash, that way you could kind of see what they look like in the daylight or in the light, but I tried not to do it too much because I really wanted to keep my eyes adjusted to the super dark setting so I could continue to see them so brightly. I'm at the Waitomo Ruakuri Walk, and you do it at dark so you can see the glowworms. It's a little sketchy. There's a waterfall here. About to go back through a cave, and I saw a giant spider thing. I don't know. Kind of scared. Here's the cave. I'm really terrified of whatever this is. Oh, there's a spider. But that's a baby. Oh, there it is. What the hell is it? Oh my god. I still have no idea what this bug was, but it was so creepy, and you can hear to my voice just how sketched out I was. And I'm not like scared of bugs normally, but this dude was massive. Okay, it's like a spider mixed with a okay, it's super cool in here. There are glowworms in here too. But I'm like freaking out now. Oh. I'm kind of like nauseous. Oh my god, there's another one. There's a bunch of them, oh my god. Mind you, I am 100% alone in this area of this walk at night with no phone service, so it was a little sketchy. I probably spent an hour or more here just because I could not get over how beautiful it was. I really regret not being able to come back the next morning and seeing it during the daytime. Obviously, you wouldn't be able to see the glowworms, but I think it would be a really pretty walk. But this is definitely a do not miss, and it's free. Also, there was zero light pollution, so the stars were incredible. So I got to the hotel really late. It was already closed. I was kind of freaking out, but thank goodness I was able to get a hold of the owner and he gave me the code to the lockbox so I could still get in my room because otherwise I have no idea what I would have done. Okay, this is the best motel room I've ever had. And it's definitely better than my Airbnb. So you have this bed, big bed, nice, super clean bathroom, fridge, microwave, TV, extra pillows and whatnot. It says you don't even have to wash your own dishes. And AC that I get to control, and even better, a ceiling fan. Thank goodness I have my mayonnaise because they only give me one single ketchup for 6 nugs. And McDonald's is the only thing around here that's open this late. It's already like 10:40. I got 6 nuggets. So I'm gonna take 2 dinner rolls, add some cheese, add some nuggets, and make a chicken sandwich because that is the best I can do tonight. Work with what you got. These sugar packets are so cute. Look, there's cows, boogie board kit, boats, birds, dogs. How cute. I have the glowworm cave tour this morning and it's at 9 a.m. It says, I wish I could do that walk again during the day, but I just don't have time because I pretty much have to leave straight from here and head to Hobbiton. I also need gas, so definitely needed more time here. It would help if I didn't have to drop the rental car off at 10 a.m. when my flight isn't until 4 a.m. tomorrow, but I don't really want to see about extending it either. So just have to come back next year, get revenge on those courses, and come see some more stuff. Once they opened, I headed inside to check in for my 1.5-hour glowworm and cave tour. This tour was only about $65 US. After you check in, you meet up with your guide and you head down into the cave. It's crazy from here. You wouldn't expect so much beauty to be underneath all of this greenery. It starts out by going into this big spiral ramp that goes all the way down to the bottom and inside the cave. Due to my time constraints, I chose the walking tour, but there is so many different options for these cave and glowworm tours. There's a boat tour, and the other one that I really want to do one day, the Blackwater rafting experience, which will probably trigger my claustrophobia just a little bit, but it seems like such an adventure. I do think this tour was more than worth it. However, if you're trying to do New Zealand on a budget, you can do the walk I did the night before and get a very similar experience for free.
Want to touch it? $10,000.
However, if you want to learn more about the history of the caves, how they were formed, and different things like that, I definitely recommend the tour.
Anyone know what it might be?
Cow?
No.
Sheep?
No cows or sheep in New Zealand 700 years.
Oh.
A moa. Yeah, so this here is a moa bone. Who knows what a moa bone is?
Now, if money wasn't an issue, this is definitely how I would get around New Zealand. I stopped at this general store and I found this magnet, and then I also got a mince and cheese pie. And I got this apple and blackcurrant juice, sparkling juice that is so good. Never had a mince pie before though, so this thing is huge and it's really warm. I don't know how you're supposed to eat it. Probably not with your hands. I gotta get more on the inside. It's pretty good. It's definitely gonna be messy, but the flavor is good. Not sure how I'm gonna eat the rest of it, but we're gonna try. I stopped at this shop along the way to look for souvenirs. They didn't have anything I couldn't live without except for this ice cream. I had ice cream from a very similar machine in the Czech Republic, and it's just so good. It mixes the fresh fruit in there so perfectly. I got strawberry and vanilla, and it was so good it hit the spot. It's literally the same helicopter from earlier. Like, imagine just being so rich that you take a helicopter to all the places around New Zealand you want to see. I am chronically late to everything, but I've been extremely early to everything today. I left the caves and then headed straight towards Hobbiton. I really thought I was gonna be cutting it closer, and I'm here 2 hours early, so I didn't plan properly. This was the best thing ever. It was only a few dollars, and it was a portable charger you could take with you through the tour, and it saved my phone's life because it would have not made it very far. I went and checked out the gift shop before going on the tour. I didn't pick anything up until afterwards because I didn't want to carry it, but I did get a few small things. Although the main thing I wanted for a souvenir was a magnet, and they didn't have any, which was a little disappointing. I did get these really cool made in New Zealand sunglasses though. They also have a cafe you can eat in before the tour or even after if you'd like. They had mince pies, pastries, coffee, etc. For once I wasn't hungry though, so I didn't try anything. Once it's time for your tour, you get on the bus and head towards the actual movie set, which is a little ways away from the main check-in area. I did already upload a video of Hobbiton to the channel. It's just a montage of videos with music, no descriptions, no commentary, anything like that. It was just a way to include all the footage I had from it without making this video super long. So if you want to check that out, it's already down below. I will say, even if you aren't a Hobbiton, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit fan, this is a must-do in New Zealand. It is truly, truly incredible and one of the best tours I've ever done in my entire life. And the crazy thing about it is it was only about $75 US, which blew my mind because I feel like if this was in the US, it would easily be like $150+. We had an incredible tour guide. There was plenty of opportunities to stop and take pictures. And although it was busy, they do a great job of making it not feel overcrowded. Now this was hands down my favorite part of the entire tour, which was exploring these newly opened Hobbit houses. At this point, they were only open a few months. These are fully functioning. They have air conditioning, running water, plumbing, the works. The cool part about these houses is you can fully interact with everything in there. You can sit on the beds, the chairs, the fireplace works. I used to play Scrabble with my grandparents a lot, so this I had to have a picture with. I didn't test out to see if the water actually worked in the toilet, but I did have to get a picture sitting on the toilet reading the newspaper. Like I said, you can sit on the beds, lay on the beds, take pictures everywhere, interact with completely everything in here, which I think is so cool. The amount of detail put into every single corner of this Hobbit house was truly mind-blowing. Each tour group consisted of about 40 people, but they split you up in two groups of 20 to go through the two Hobbit houses, which are basically identical. That way you're able to go through it without it being overly crowded, which I really appreciate. Not only was the movie set itself incredible, but it was also really interesting finding out the history about the land and how they were able to acquire it to even film the movies here. The last thing you do before leaving the tour is go to the Green Dragon Inn, where you get a complimentary beverage. You can get a cider that's alcoholic or non-alcoholic. The cider was delicious, and it was the perfect refresher after a really, really balmy tour. They also had food you could try there. I was still not hungry, so I didn't get anything. I know I'm disappointed in myself as well, but it is what it is. And just like that, one of the best tours I've ever done had come to an end, and it was time to head back to Auckland. Not before returning this lifesaver of a phone charger, though.
I realized I had forgot my queso sorbet that I never tried. So I messaged them and they let me come back and get it. Yay.
Tastes like vanilla. Almost has like a cinnamony, but not. It's good though. It's creamy. Not bad though. I like it.
All right, I just got takeout from the place that we ate on the first day. We were here, but I really wanted to try
The laksa, so we'll see how it is. All right, so this is the chicken laksa, which is a Singapore soup. This is what Yo and her husband got the day we went and ate. I don't think they loved it. They said it was very, very coconutty, but I like super coconutty soup, so I wanted to go back and try it. I actually have a lot left. This thing is packed full of chicken and noodles. And then I'm not usually a spring roll fan, but these are amazing. This is dinner tonight, and the other half will be breakfast in the morning. And then it's time to drop off the rental car and go back to the airport and head home. The next morning, I headed back to the airport, where I passed this really cool flight attendant training facility. I also picked up some more St. Pierre's before heading back to the airport. I used the last of my New Zealand cash for a few scratch-offs. I also picked up some supplements that are supposed to be really good for you before heading off to the Strata Lounge. I cannot stress enough how amazing lounge access is through Priority Pass. I wasn't really hungry, but I still had to go check it all out. I got a few crackers and some cheese, and that was it. But I wanted to save room for all the amazing airplane food I was going to get to eat on the way home. I got the first class upgrade to go back home. So excited. If you've made it this far, I won't bore you with the details of Polaris. I've already done that quite a few times and in the first New Zealand video. I spent the 13 plus hours of this flight watching The Hobbit, eating, drinking, sleeping, and just reminiscing on another amazing trip.